welcome to the show.
Hey, Coach. We appreciate you're a fan of the show. We appreciate having you here. Let's talk a little bit as you get ready to dive into the season. What are your expectations this year for this team?
I think we all have goals, and, you know, my expectation is to be the best people we can be first.
I like that.
Second, be the best team we can be, and we want to compete for championships no matter what level.
Now, Coach, it's becoming more and more challenging. 17 to 22-year-olds, college basketball, the distractions, all these things. Give me something, a snapshot of the type of people that you're recruiting, the type of people you're trying to bring in to give them an education. What are you looking for outside of what height, measurements, explosiveness? Give me some of the other characteristics that you want on your team.
When we go to recruit young men, and we want them, first and foremost, do you fit at Providence College? We're a small school. We're at 4,200 students. But I like toughness. I like people with a little edge. I like people that want to prove everybody wrong. I want somebody who's versatile. You don't have to be the best passer, but can you smile? You don't need to be the best shooter. Can you get your teammate better? Do you have energy? Do you have enthusiasm? Those, I think, energy sells. I think personalities sell, but toughness wins. Toughness wins. I love it.
So we saw you guys last year go to the Big East tournament, losing the finals to Villanova. After the game that I remember most vividly was the upset win over Xavier.
Why do you call it an upset?
Well,
I'm not feeling that right now.
Okay, well, all right.
I'm not feeling that right now.
I'm not feeling that. Hold on. If you watch
Coach, look right at me when they won.
You know what I mean?
It's right at you.
Do you feel me?
Right.
Do you?
Yeah, it was great. It was great. To answer your question, you watch the show, so you know I might be someone that makes a few wagers in the past. So whoever is the Vegas underdog, if they win, I consider that an upset. I know you didn't consider it an upset. I considered it an upset.
I got to mess with you, though. I got to mess with you.
Fair enough. And then you guys go to the NCAA tournament. So that's what Providence was last year. But when you're talking about 17 to 22-year-olds, I was telling you during the break, I got a son who plays junior college basketball out in California. I love him. I love his teammates. I helped coach a little bit when he was in high school. But these kids are tough to reach at times. Like I think I'm stuck on my phone. Man, these kids that grew up with the phone are really stuck on the phone. Sometimes hard to communicate with. Like, to almost feel like you'd rather send them a text sitting next to them than sit there and talk to them eye to eye. How difficult is that? Because you talked about recruiting Chris Paul, and we can get into that later, but like must gotta feel like it was a lifetime ago, that generation to this generation.
I think you have to overlove kids. You know, I think you have to be real with them. I think you have to be incredibly transparent. You have to tell them where they are today, but where they're trying to go tomorrow, and how can they get there. I think authenticity goes a long way with young men. Don't fake the funk. You know what I mean? And because they will feel it right away. Just be real with them. Just be incredibly real with them. And when you do that, they will give you their real side. If you come at them as Johnny the coach, always be dad, always be the disciplinarian, this generation's not feeling that. You got to listen to their music a little bit. Send them a text when you're sitting right next to them. Try that every now and then. When you're sitting at the table, you know, shoot them one of the laugh out loud, talk to you later. You know what I mean? Get in their world a little bit and come out of our world. You got to be comfortable being uncomfortable in their world.
Coach, I try that with him. I'm trying to listen to his music. Sometimes I text him when he's not listening.
What's your music?
Totally
What's your music?
What?
Cardi B.
Okay, well, listen, I like Cardi B, the story.
R&B, hip-hop.
I'm a hip-hop fan.
Rap.
The same music.
The raunchier, the better.
The raunchier.
Is that right?
Nick Wright, yes.
Come on, Nick, you need a little Luther Vandross, a little Barry White. Come on, man.
Little Neil Diamond.
Come on,
Neil Diamond.
What
are we talking about?
Sorry.
What's happening?
I don't know.
I'm just saying, you know, you got to mix it up a little bit.
I'm on that corner. When you see programs like Villanova winning national titles, what does that do for
Jenna's friend, Jay Wright.
I'm a fan.
Let me throw that in there, since you're a friend of our program.
Listen, Jay and I go back, but I'm a fan of your program as well. But what does it do for your program, the ceiling of your program in your conference, when you have Villanova on a national stage like that?
Well, the relationship with Fox and the Big East. We came up together. When we relaunched the new league and everybody said the Big East is not going to do this, the Big East is not going to do that, all the Big East has done is won 2 of the last 3 national championships. Jay Wright will be in the Hall of Fame sometime really, really soon. He does an incredible job. Top to bottom, what Fox has done for us to give us national exposure on a daily basis, night in and night out. You know, something's going to happen there. There's going to be another national champion that comes out of the Big East.
Yeah.
Somewhere, somehow.
Let's stay right there. Let's stay right there in the Big East. Let's talk top to bottom, some of the strengths, some of the programs and everything that people maybe not necessarily know about, but you personally have a lot of respect for.
I have a lot of respect for it. When you look at, a lot of teams are not talking about Marquette, how they're not nationally ranked right now. They have one of the most veteran, high-scoring teams in the country. They're going to be a tough out. No one's talking about how much St. John's has improved, and it's right here in our city right here. I think Chris has done a great job. They're going to be a tough out. DePaul, record-wise, wasn't as great as people wanted them, but their talent, their style of play, and they're emerging right now. Top to bottom, we're tough. And every coach that sits in the seat is going to say their league is the best. Our league is incredibly competitive. Who the best is at the end of the day, that's all a crapshoot.
We were talking NBA right before you joined us. You know Chris Paul a little bit from recruiting him. I know him a little bit just from being a fan from afar and then getting to know him a little bit over the last couple years. You heard what Rajon Rondo said about him. How much of that's fair? And tell us about the Chris Paul that you knew or know.
Well, Jeff Battle, who's one of our assistants and does one of the best jobs in the country recruiting talent, personnel, he recruited him when he was at Wake Forest. I tried to recruit him when we were at Providence College. What I do know
when you were at Boston College?
When I was at Boston College, yes, when I was at Boston College as an assistant. Chris is an unbelievable person. He cares about kids. He cares about people. I don't know him as a professional, as a player. I know him as a person that we recruited. And he was always honest. He always gave kids opportunity, of which he still does now. That's what I do know about him. What they do as pros, and I'm not a pro. I'm not one of the 318 Hall of Famers. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those pro guys.
Yeah. But 189 alive. Yeah,
but 318.
Wow, really?
Yes, 318. He got the number correct, though, right? 318 total. 189 alive.
I do my homework.
Well done, sir. Go ahead, Steve.
But the intangibles that you see in guards like Rondo, what you see in Chris Paul, those are some of the things that you want in your players. You're trying to teach some of those same things, not to get into the fisticuffs and everything, but you like the characteristics that they bring as basketball players.
Every now and then in practice, I want to fight to break out.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Absolutely. I want to know who we are when it's really hard. Can we be boys after we just fought? In that locker room, are we still a team? I do. I like when guys go at one another. What's wrong with that? I'm pretty sure you got after some cats.
No, absolutely. I mean, I love playing basketball. If I could have been 2 inches taller, I would have tried to play college basketball.
Coach, he broke a dude's nose in an adult men's league 2 months ago.
Literally, like yesterday.
2 months ago.
You can play for me right now.
Broke a dude's nose.
You can play for me right now.
Coach, it went a little bit like this. We go to the opening tip.
Here we go.
We've won the 2 previous championships, New York City, long
Map it out.
So the guy on their team was the best player. I could see through warm-ups. I checked him out. He had a nice little crossover, nice little bounce on his J. In the beginning, he started, hey, you got him, you got him, you got him, and I got him. Okay, so I go up and down the court 2 or 3 times. He hit me with a little forearm. So on the 3rd trip down, I was squared up on the 3-point line. I was getting ready to get the ball, and I could sense him a little close to me, so I went a little pump fake, put it on the ground at 5-star camp the way they taught us, kept my left arm so he'd keep him between me and the defender. He got a little close, this hit him on his nose. You don't play defense with your nose up in the guy's chest, especially not Chris Carter. So he had to lead the game. He had a situation. Nose was moved over here on his cheekbone. That wasn't my problem. I told the referee, stop the game because he needs some help.
All of that's true while his wife is sitting with this poor guy's wife, not knowing who their husbands are.
I'll bet they had a beer after the game.
Oh, I'll bet they did.
I bet they did.
Come on, man.
I'll bet they did.
Leave it on the court. Leave it on the court. Leave it on the court, Nick. Come on.
Chris ain't into that.
Miss me with that, have a beer.
Okay, now everyone has said it. I will.
Right. I'm just, every now and then, you got to hold your ground. And you held your ground. But when those teammates fight, I like it a little bit.
Thank you, Coach. You're invited back.
Coach, thank you so much for
Open
hanging out with us today.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Got to take a break. Coming up, Hall of Famer Brian Urlacher joins us next on First Things First.
Some poor junior stockbroker trying